Hi, I'm Jen DeTracey, and welcome to another episode number 9 of My Messy House, because MS is raw and it's real. So, My Messy House, what's that about? Well, My Messy House is about this house up here, our mindset, and how it can get super messy, and living with MS can make it even more messy. I just think of a mixer mixing all that gunk around. So how do we tame that? And that's what this series is about. So one of the things I want to embark upon with you today in our conversation is around appreciation. And I have to admit, sometimes it's hard to appreciate life on a day-to-day basis when things are hard, when you or me are suffering, when there are challenges in our life and we're struggling. It's true. However, when we are able to consider and think about who we appreciate in our lives, just for a few minutes, just taking the time to do that, it can make a big difference. It tells the brain something really positive, and it nourishes our whole system. The brain's quite a fascinating thing, and a tool and organism, and how it works, and same with our heart. So when we can think about something in a heart way with warmth, and that translates to our brain, it can be just a very, I don't know if I would use the word healing. I'm not a scientist. But I think in some way, in some little way, even if it's just a little slice or a needle in a haystack kind of thing, that appreciation can really settle in a way that's pleasant, and it does tame the mind. And I know from being on quite a few different Facebook groups for MS that there are a lot of people that feel very alone with MS, don't feel they have anybody to talk to, are socially isolated, lonely, and that can be tough. And one of the things that many of these people have, many of you even have spoken about, are pets. How pets have become your sweet little cat or dog, or whatever your beastie is, can be very soothing. I know that when I was first diagnosed, my dog Jupiter was very comforting, because I would sometimes sob, sob in the grief and the state I was in. And there was Jupiter, cute little Jupiter there with me. Not so little, kind of big actually. But there he was, and that was really special and precious. I know that for me, that my neurologist, my first neurologist, because I've moved cities, so I don't unfortunately have the same neurologist, but the first neurologist I had, Dr. Seo, when I lived in Vancouver, BC, Canada, was just the biggest gift to me. And I know that that's not the case for everyone. And you'll see comments on people's Facebook groups when someone says that they had a terrible experience with their neurologist, say, fire the person, find another one. Yeah, that can be hard, right? For me, I was so grateful for having Dr. Seo as my first neurologist and there to support me on that journey. I think that did make a big difference. It didn't change the messiness really in my head at that time, but just knowing that I liked and trusted that person made a big difference. And she wasn't pushing me with her agenda. My agenda came first, and because at that time I didn't want to go on any medication. I wanted to see how things would go, and she didn't push for me to do that. And so I was grateful for that. So looking at the people in our life that we have appreciation for, and the beings, right? It could be your grandmother, it could be a friend, it could be someone from a support group, it could be someone just from, you're on a Facebook group and that's the one way that you're connecting with the world. And there's someone that writes a comment that supports what you're going through. So the more that we can reflect and have appreciation for others in our lives, um, the more that we tame the messiness in our brain, even as just getting up in the morning and having appreciation for one person. It can even be, heck, it can be appreciation for yourself. I appreciate myself today because to me, I appreciate myself today because I am recording these videos that I've wanted to record for a long time. In fact, last summer I recorded them and the quality of the sound was horrible. There was wind blowing in the background. It was like bad. They were upside down. So I appreciate myself for not giving up, right? For keeping going, keep moving forward with what I want to do, my message, my dream. And, so maybe even just taking a moment each and every day for appreciating who yourself. That's a cool thing too, right? So enough said. I'm Jen DeTracey. This is my messy house because MS is raw and real. And we'll see you for the next episode. See you soon.